Well, on this episode of American Made Classics, we are picking up some Eagles that Rob previously mentioned in another video. We're not picking up these two today. We're picking up the 84. But you can see Frank is in position. How's it look underneath the back, Rob?
Under the back here?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
I did spend about 0.2 seconds trying to get the breaker bar on the front of the crank, and with where the motor's sitting and with the fan clutch being where it is, as soon as you get it on, it's pretty much resting on the crank or the power steering pump, so not going to worry about it now. It looks like the master tool operator at least got one side done.
So far.
Well, it's got an axle, that's nice. It's got leaf springs. Could use some bushings. Yeah, she's not in bad shape. Front leaf spring pockets are pretty clean, at least on this side.
It's relatively solid, just it has been patched on that driver's side, right where it normally runs. So.
Yeah. Well, that patch is just reinforcement. All right, we got the 84 up on the tow truck here on Frankentow. So initial inspection of, now we can see the underside and it's not all shrouded by leaves and dirt. As I showed before, rear half of the frame is pretty nice and clean and it's been undercoated.
That's a factory undercoated.
Yeah. And I was just looking underneath here. I mean, you got your surface rust starting around the actual factory drain plug. But I mean, look at that. That's actually pretty clean. Very clean. So this is a pretty good candidate once it gets an engine in it.
It has a bad spot. Make sure you show them the bad spot we just found.
So with his suspicion of this fender being different, a different shade of brown.
In the wreck.
And it was definitely in a wreck. As you can see the patch here. So you got, this is added. Obviously you got the booger weld. This I'm thinking is factory. I'm not sure. This part right here. Or is that aftermarket? I'm not sure.
That is the bumper ram.
Okay, so this is obviously added. This is added. That's added. So this is the only part that kind of scares us, which...
That's nasty booger welds.
Yeah, granted, that's not hard. You know, drop the sway bar down and clean up whatever this aftermarket skid plate is, which, you know,
I've never seen that before.
Which ain't a bad idea, really, if you're going to be, you know, using the four-wheel drive to its full advantage. All you gotta do is take this section of pipe off, I would say, and just get some C channel and just back. You know, drill your holes out for, you have to figure out the mount for the sway bar length, but yeah, that wouldn't be a terrible fix at all. I haven't looked at this driver's side rails area yet, but I'm assuming it should be as clean. I got a little hole there, right by the trans mount cross member, but that could easily be patchulated. Another little spot right there, it appears, but that's not bad. And this side's been patched too with angle iron on the bottom side, right past the support bushing.
That's where they rot, you know.
Yeah, so I mean,
where they go.
cut that patch off, put in there if needed. The rest of it looks fine. The floorboards are there. That's good. It's got a new muffler on it, by God. Let's see, what about the spring pocket? It's there. A little scaly. That might be a hole. I don't know. But considering the condition of the other two cars out here, this ain't bad at all. So, the interior, this is obviously the first time I've seen these cars. Interior is a nice condition. It'd be cleaned up, except for the headliner. Headliner's got the usual 80s and 90s sagginess happening. And then there's just a unpleasurable amount of rat piss smell in here. but that's to be expected for, you know, sitting where it was sitting. But overall, not bad shape. Odometer shows 91,000 miles, and this is the what year did they start that extra digit, Rob?
82.
82. So okay, great. This door does not shut. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There. Okay, I was getting kind of concerned there because. Okay, well, he straps this down. I'm gonna go explore these cars since I've never seen these yet. These look like they're later cars with the hoods. Phew. Nice beads. A nice reflection of my jacket, my high vis, because today is gun deer opener here in Wisconsin, so I'd rather not be mistaken for a deer. This one looks like, oh wait, this one's older. It's got a red lettered plate, which in Wisconsin means it's older, which yep, 02. So they found out that the red letter plates, the red fades off and you can't see them, so they switched to black at some point in the mid 2000s or early 2000s. So pretty soon here, these things would have been blocked in by trees. She got the tow package. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if once we get the fan clutch off of this and more stuff out of the way, if we can get this thing to turn. I mean, we might be able to get the brake bar on it from underneath here. Oh yeah,
Under here, probably.
yeah. That's I'll go grab that quick and.
Yeah, let's see if it's free. I doubt it, but.
Well, we'll see.
All right, Smiley.
We got the world's shortest breaker bar on this. Oh no. Try not to smash my hands into the.
Well, that's what I was wondering why you had it in that position.
Oh, I tightened the bolt.
Yeah, you probably, yeah. That's probably what's
I mean,
on.
we could try with the 20-foot pipe later on, but
And snap the bolt off? That'll work.
Well, yeah, the deck's just in the wrong spot on this thing. But I'm gonna say this one is locked up. Yep.
Yep, she's locked. Well, the tires held there. All four are holding air. Don't know for how long, but get the tires aired up, and then we're gonna drop this one off. Smiley had to make a run into town, and then when he comes back, we're gonna go back for round 2 and try to pick up another one.
All right, car number 2 is gonna be the White Eagle. I'm still getting distracted by this thing. It looks like it was still used. Plates say 2014, so.
Come on, baby. Come on. There you go.
This one's at least locked up.
This way.
Can't confirm both sides on this side are locked up. Doesn't surprise me. It's doing one of these.
That's 3 out of 4 tires.
Yeah. I'd say.
I think that's the most I've ever heard breaking toes winch whine.
Valley Industries. Oh yeah, she's got the full tow package.
It's actually a nice hitch.
Not really.
I mean, at the time it was.
Yeah. Well, let's do an under vehicle inspection while Rob starts to strap her down. Oh. There. That right there is a mint frame. Oh, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, with this being an 86, it has the undesirable transfer case.
Which is what?
Something to do with the internals on it. I guess they were a dealership nightmare.
Oh.
There were a lot of recalls, and so what they had in 85, they went back to in 87.
Oh, okay.
So 86, they thought they were going to do better, I guess, or I don't know, whatever the reasoning was, and it was a nightmare. So then 87 and 88 had the same as 85, and 86, I don't know what the specific
Probably different
number is.
Yeah, different model of it.
Different model, yeah, new process gear.
But I see a lot of good trim on it, a lot of good glass in it.
Okay, it's like 2 days later. Well, Eagle's here. Got the Eagle back. This one is the 86 out of the three, the 86 model year. And you can see it just looks that much better out here in the sunlight. I mean, way better. Like not dirty at all. Not really. But anyway, 3 out of the 4 tires on this car don't roll. And that's kind of a problem because, frankly, I'd like to be able to move it around the yard and get the, you know, when I want to move it, get the heck out of my way type of thing. And I'm not going to be able to do that with just my little tractor. It's going to be dragging up all over the place. And if these tires hold air, that would also be a bonus. So, what we need to do before we can even go back to get the last one, that's the 87 that's still sitting out there, the red 87. We got to figure out how we can get these tires free. And I am thinking that it's literally just going to be beating the crap out of the brake caliper. And then back here, it's going to be beating the crap out of the cast iron drums. And holy crap. Man, those tires, those rims have been on there a long time. I may be beaten on this a while, and quite frankly, I don't have a very big sledgehammer. We'll have to see what I can do with the tools I have. We're gonna have to do our best to get these tires free so we can get this thing off the truck, so then we can go get the 87 and then probably end up doing the same things to that car. So we'll have to get started here. I gotta let my hands warm up a little bit. Probably gonna have to get a warmer jacket because this isn't even a jacket, it's like a sweatshirt. It is colder than Jeffy Dahmer's heart out here. It's cold. Okay, it's not that cold, but it's cold enough. Let's get started here. Like I said, I'm gonna put a heavier jacket on, get the proper tools, and let's see if we can get those tires free. Here we go. Are you gonna come off with just my hands? Biggest hammer I have right now. This is gonna have to work. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, I want to feel hold there. Well, I guess before I get too crazy, maybe I can just beat the crap out of this and use a pry bar. Maybe I can get these to actually move. think it's actually working. Oh, there we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, good. That just needed to be moved, essentially. That wasn't too bad. All right, let's try this tire. Okay, 1 wheel out of 3. Let's move on. Oh man, these are unfortunately expanding. Yep. Well, fellas, as much as I know it's gonna be a fun job, and I know you just love to watch me do that to all other 4 of these, I'm gonna spare you. Just fast forward through all that. Lugs are off. Yeah, there's no chance that's gonna come off just like that. Resort to violence. Came off easier than I thought it would. Next question is, how do I get that freed up? I'm gonna start with just pounding the crap out of it on the outsides. Maybe I can get the drums till let loose. Let's give it a shot. Well, so it's the next day, and unfortunately, that is how I broke my finger. And no, I'm not flipping you off. Yeah, I broke my finger. I guess that's actually one thing I could do. Could just do one of these to this thing, to this car. But yeah, I just got a little complacent on where my my finger was, trying to get that gosh darn brake drum off, and I'd have to heat up a little bit. I'm thinking if I heat the shoes up, I might be able to give it a couple whacks and maybe it'll come up or come off. It'd be a nice win, a nice victory after such defeat yesterday. But another thing I'm thinking of doing, I think I'm going to take this tire back off and I'm going to just lube the brake rotor full of WD-40, so that way there's a better chance of it not hanging up or rusting in the future for when I want to move this car again. So with that said, I'm going to try to get back over here and just see if we can beat this restway off without smashing any more extremities. All right, here we go, back at her. All right, here she comes. Yeah, look at that. G-spins. Sounds like something's rubbing in the differential. We're just gonna go with that. All right, we got that one off, so that means that one's free. That one's free. Driver's side front is free. That leaves this thing, which is just, you know, going to be another fun one, I'm sure. But I'm going to spare you the gory details on this side, and with the snap of a finger, hopefully it'll be finished. That's much better. So now the drum is off. Just have to find a tire and fill up some air in that front driver's side tire, and this one's finally able to get off Frank and tow, so we can go back and get the last car. And that one also has its own issues because it doesn't have any keys, so we're gonna have to get creative on that one. So they're putting up a fight, as you can tell. They don't want to go anywhere. They want to stay in the swamp, but we're gonna fight them as they fight us. We'll see who's victorious at the end. Okay, it's like the next day now, and Eagle number 2 here, the 86 model, has 4 tires on it now that hold air. What a chore that was. But anyway, now we got to get ready, and what I mean by ready is we got to get to that last Eagle, which is the 87, that red one. That one has a few issues. I did not flip you off, I just can't bend this finger. Has no key. So, and the way my work schedule works out, this is the only way it's going to work as far as smooth. You know, we need it to work smoothly, so we can just dump this guy right off Frank and tow, and we can just go to that Eagle and just pick him right up. That's the plan. But in order to do that, and the way my work schedule is, and it's like freaking cold out here, and there is literally snow on the ground. So we got to get going. We got to get doing this rather quickly before there is 100% snow cover and I won't be able to drive in the driveway. But anyway, I got tools in the back of the Patriot, and today is literally just going to be to go there and get that car absolutely ready to get picked up. And one thing I know for sure, I got a rake in the back here. There's all kinds of leaves around it. It was fun trying to dig this one out, you know, just freaking waddling leaves, trying to get in there and get it free so I can, because you know the tires are all freaking flat. It's sunk in the ground and now the ground is probably even a little frozen, so this will be fun. I got a rake, I got the Impactor 5000, I got I even took along some Croil. I'm thinking with it, maybe I could spray around the wheels. No, it seems like it would work in my mind. If I just spray around the wheels, maybe it won't freeze. It just seems like it would work. I don't know. I got the Finger Smasher 5000. I've got screwdrivers. I got everything. I got, essentially what we have to do is we have to take that. Well, this is what I'm thinking. Thinking we take the steering wheel off. Once the steering wheel is off, we can get the lock plate, and when that lock plate is removed, theoretically that little pin that when you turn on and off your car, that pin won't be able to engage in that lock plate. So if I just take that lock plate off, put the steering wheel back on, I should be able to move the steering wheel and steer the car. Let's get going. "24 degrees. Okay, we made it here. Let's not waste any time. Daylight is running out. Here we go. We're in position. Like I said, no keys, so this one can't turn. This one actually has the sports grip steering wheel, so that's actually that's a nice feature. Yeah, that's nice. So we're going to do our best to preserve this wheel, which we'll do just fine. First thing we're going to do on this style of steering wheel, so the sports grip, like I said, it's the circle here. It literally just, the center pops right off, okay? And I know you can't see this, but you know, you got your horn ring, okay? And inside here there's 3 screws. We're gonna take those off, just a tad bit nipply. And like I said, I had to remove my splint in order to get this glove on. So I'm running on on one finger down. Let's just put it that way, one finger down. And I can't move this hand at all very much. You know, my finger movements really affect a lot of that. So here's that center, the horn ring I was talking about. You got this locking plate, or I don't know what this is, the plate behind it. We're going to put that together. Now we're left with the main surface here. So this is the nut that we're going to take off. There we go. All right, now the next step is we got to take the steering wheel puller There's two bolt holes right here. All right, here's a generic steering wheel puller. You can get this at any old O'Reilly's, Advance, whatever. Okay. And I just dropped that right in the leaves. That's cool. Unfortunately, this is what happens when it's cold out and you can't feel anything and you have a broken finger. Unfortunately, yep, that piece is lost. I hope I don't need it. I probably do. We'll see how far I can get with just what I have. And I think in this case I'll be okay. I think I can just still use the tool to get the steering wheel off. We'll find out. So anyway, now that I got the two secondary bolts tightened up a little bit, I'm going to tighten down the main bolt until it tightens up. There we go. All right, it still worked. All right, now we can just take that right off. Steering wheel off. All right, now we got this on here. There's a plastic plate covering the lock ring. So essentially what we gotta do is get out our lock wheel puller. I believe it's the silver color that fits on here. Okay, that's true. It is the silver color that fits. Probably a small one. Ouch, finger. So we put him on here. All right, and then we tighten it down. There we go, something like that. Got along my crescent wrench. I'm just gonna tighten this one down and it's gonna compress. There's a spring under here, under the lock plate. And once you compress this down, it will expose. There's a little C-clip right there. Okay, there we go. So now we have to leave this tool on here, and as it's on here compressing that spring, we got to use, I like to use a little small screwdriver and a little tiny pick. Okay, I found my little screwdriver. That's a good thing. What's not a good thing is I don't have a finger that can really help here. But I should now be able to easier get this lock ring separated. And there's like no really good way. If you even had a lock ring like puller, it sits in this groove. There's like really no good way to get this thing out of here besides two screwdrivers or a pick and just fighting with it, essentially, is what I'm telling you. Okay, I finally got that off. That took way longer than it should have. Now I'm going to decompress this spring. All right, and there's our lock plate, if you can even see that. Now I'll take the steering wheel, put her back on. There we go. We got positive turnage, so that's perfect. Key does not matter. You can move the steering wheel. I hope the tires would move when we get there. So that's it for this. Now I'm gonna pick all my tools up, and then I want to also, before I leave, just rake out some of the leaves, try to get it ready for when I come back and pick it up. Okay, got most of my tools picked up. Unfortunately, there's like no light left, but I can just get a little bit of raking done. That'll help in the future. Okay, we're back in the car. Turn the light on. We're back in the car warming up. I got my finger patched up again so I can keep that safe. Yeah, it kind of sucked tonight, but it needed to get done. That way we can just come back here with Frank in tow and hopefully just hook up and go. You know, got the necessary evils out of the way. That steering wheel now moves back and forth. Got some of the debris and clutter, leaves, you know, that type of stuff, and some of the ground kind of pushed out of the way, some of the dirt, because the lower control arms, the engine, it's sitting right on the ground. So definitely needed to get some of that out of the way, because with the white one, I remember you're just constantly fishing, and I dug through the bottom of the control arm in order to get the chains, the hooks underneath of it to pull it out. So hopefully we won't have to fight, you know, even if it's half as much, that'd be all right. So anyway, productive night, you know, made it through, got it done, what we had to do, and looking forward to heading home and warming up. All right, it's been a couple of days later. We got one more eagle to pick up. Like I said, this has been kind of shot in between my in-between time, you know, when I work. So we kind of running out of time. Today's actually a good day. It's 40 degrees. Snow is going to be coming pretty soon. And I think the high is only going to be like 27, you know, pretty soon. Like, it's going to be cold soon. So today's a perfect day to get it. And yeah, then we can be done with picking those cars up. It's been fun, but time for that to come to an end. And let's get it today. Let's do it. Here we go. All right. In a second. All right. The last car is home. The 87 is here. And just like the 86, going to have to obviously work on stuck brakes. Well, I know so. Pretty sure they're going to be about the same as the white 86. Luckily, the brown 84 didn't have any of those problems, so that was a blessing in disguise. But it's dark out. It's late. It's not that cold, but it's cold enough. Guys got to go to work tonight. That it's probably a good stopping point for the night. And you know what? I feel like eating a steak to celebrate. So I'm gonna go make steaks. I'll see you a little bit later. It's the next day. Eagles back, safe and sound. Obviously, the next thing that this car needs to have done is to have the brakes freed up, unstuck. Just like the white 86, same exact situation, except I think this one is free and the other side is stuck. But like on the 86, it was flip-flopped. What does it matter? 3 out of 4 brakes are stuck. It's going to be the exact situation, the exact same thing to do. These things are rusty, rotten. It needs all kinds of attention, and quite frankly, pray for my fingers. I'll spare you from watching this one. I mean, it's going to be the exact same process, the exact same thing, and I can imagine it's going to be the exact same frustrations. Those drum brakes, when they get rusty and stuck, that's where they want to be for the rest of their life. But I thought maybe I'd give you just a little bit more of a tour, since this one's kind of sitting up into the air. Okay, you can actually maybe see it a little easier besides sitting on the ground. Now, if you look down here, the frame is actually completely separated. Like, there's actually separation between the body and the subframe. As you come back here, more holes in the floor. I mean, the frame is completely separated. I mean, you talk about unsafe. This is usually how they go bad, okay? Right here. And like what I was saying on the 86, I have never, ever seen it so bad in the front on that, like on that white 86. This one is the standard Wisconsin, Midwest, salt belt, problem for these Eagles. And pretty much for any AMC for that matter from this time frame. It's just where they go bad. It's their weak point right there. So, actually, they also have another weak point. It's the leaf springs in the back. I have a rust-free car from Arizona. It's a 82 Eagle, originally from Arizona, right? Everything turns out from the bottom. Screws are all beautiful. But for whatever reason, when I got the car, this right leaf spring mount actually pulled right out of the car, and it's completely rust-free. And then you look at this darn thing, and it's still hanging in there. And I've actually heard of this on other Eagles as well. That's actually a weak point. Just, not very good bolts and welds and stuff, and it just rips right through the floor. We got the cars home. Like I said, I still got to work on the 87 red one, get the brakes unstuck. So I still got a little bit of work to do. I'm sorry it kind of took a while to put this video together. Working around my shifts and my schedules and, you name it, excuses. But I, got a busy life outside of this too. So, but like I said, we finally got the cars home. It's good to have them finally here, and, don't have to go back to that guy's property and trying to struggle with these. So, but anyway, that's really going to do it for this episode. But you guys, I need to ask you of a favor. Do you want to see more of these cars? Do you want to see anything? But, frankly, winter is coming up, and the way snow removal works around here, they're probably going to be pushed out in the back for the winter just because it gets so cold and there's so much snow, and a lot of things are just hard to get to. So before it's officially snow season and the snow is knee-high deep out here, do you want to see anything on these cars? There's actually a couple warm days coming up. Do we want to wash them? Do we want to make them look pretty before we, cut them up? Send them on their way for parts? Let me know. Do you want to see more on the See, it's gonna be this way. The 84 is sitting over here, my physical, right? Do you want to see some more on that brown Eagle, that 84? The one that's gooder of the three. You guys got to let me know. I don't know. I mean, I got all kinds of projects laying around here. I'm probably going to start working on my mom's gremlin pretty soon again. Got a few more things to do on that that I'd like to get done. But anyway, you got to let me know. Here they are. They're waiting for an answer. Let me know as soon as possible. Drop it in the comments section. Like, subscribe, share the video if you think someone else might find this cool. Hey, it's free. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the share button. Just talk with your friends. It doesn't matter. It's free. I don't know. Hey, again, thanks for watching. Highly appreciate it. And let me know. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. See you on the next one.